Welcome back to the channel. This is your boy Rich Latta here, back with another video. Today we are going to be ranking the Jay-Z albums from best to worst. I'm a big Jay-Z fan, and hope that comes through in this video. But I'm gonna keep it a stack. I'm gonna tell you what I love, and I'm gonna tell you what I wasn't feeling. So no intro today. Let's just do it, man. So got them all lined up right here. Let's start with 444. I thought 444 was one of his better albums. A lot of people praise it for the mature, type content on there, and Jay-Z, of course, doing the response to the Beyonce album. This is probably, it was a concise album, wasn't too long. No ID handled a lot of the production on there. I'm gonna give this one an A. I think 444 is definitely a peek into an older, wiser Jay-Z that still, had something to give us lyrically. Up next, we got Magna Carta Holy Grail. What I remember about this was the marketing scheme rollout with the Samsung phones. So the album was like platinum before it released, and it came out during the NBA Finals of 2013. Like, it kind of premiered during one of those commercials. I thought it was a good album, but I don't think the public kind of received it that way. I think there were interesting songs on it, like Fuck With Me, No I Got It. Tom Ford was dope. The Picasso joint was dope. I like War, that Ready for That War, Ready for That War. Beach is better, should have been a full song. There was something there, but there was, also like, it wasn't traditional Jay-Z, so I'm gonna go ahead and give this one a B. Watch the Throne, tough to listen to in 2024. But taking myself back to that time, I allowed myself to get caught up in everything they were selling me there. And it was two of the biggest rappers in the game kind of meeting, I would say, on Kanye's playing field. This was more like a Kanye album with Jay-Z kind of riding shotgun and kind of structuring a lot of the songs. But I'm gonna go ahead and give this one an A as well, because I think with age, I think there are some warts, but there's some flat out bangers on that album. Niggas in Paris is undefeated. Otis, The Joy, That's My Bitch. Loved a lot of those. Ham, that was like a soundtrack to, like a little era right there. So this is the Meet the Carters album, I believe. This one was just okay. Wasn't so much for Gen Pop Jay-Z fan like myself. I'm gonna just go ahead and get that one a C. Unfinished Business. So the Best of Both World albums, this was the second one, and this one I don't think was anywhere in the same league as the first one. Anytime you just have to record an album to go on tour, I don't think you're gonna get the best results. So I'm gonna give this one a D. Hard Knock Life up next. This is Jay-Z's third album. I believe this is his top selling album. 1998, that's where all the record sales happened. Huge hits like Hard Knock Life on there. Ride or Die, a lot of good B songs on there. Posse cuts like Reservoir Dogs, love that joint. I think this was kind of Jay-Z at his most commercial, as successful wise. Money Cash Hoes on there with DMX, can't go wrong with that, with a very unique beat from Swiss Beats there. This one's tough, man, because like there are songs on the album I think that are skips, but there's a lot of classic material on here. I'm gonna go with an A on this one as well. I have no classics yet, which will be reserved for the S tier, but I got a feeling that's going to change. Oh, there we go. The Blueprint. This is my favorite Jay-Z album ever. 2001, 13 songs with the hidden tracks, up to 15. Kanye West, Just Blaze, and Bink all over this. Just god tier production. Jay-Z at the best that I think he ever was, lyrically, intuitively, spiritually as an MC. I think he was on top of the world right here, even though there were times where he sold more albums, like the Hard Knock Life stuff. This was like, oh, this guy's complete. He's just an animal in all aspects. Love this album. This is going on the S. That's a classic right there. Up next, Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubt. Take everything I said about how it felt like Jay-Z was the man, remove that, keep the skills, and maybe add a little more. I think that's what you get for Reasonable Doubt. This is a very dope street album. This is a reflective album. This is a rapper's album. If you are somebody that raps, I think you would enjoy this a whole lot. If you've never listened to Reasonable Doubt, I didn't hear it when I was growing up until about 5 years later. And when I did, I was following it. I was like, man, this is dope. This is dope. But, I had just missed the time period. But the more you listen to it, the more you kind of catch up with it. Great production all over the album. Dead Presidents, DJ Premier's all over the album. Nobody, Jazzo, different guys handled a lot of that stuff. And Jay-Z was showing you both sides of the game and the life he was living. Like, it wasn't all glamorous. Some of the stuff was regretful. He was talking about, coming to age, and basically like that number one, like when you kick this thing on, and after you get past Pain in the Ass with the heartbeat sounds, and you get to him and Mary J. Blige on number one and Can't Not the Hustle, he literally lays out his blueprint, no pun intended, for taking the rap game over. And I loved it. Like, that's Serve Like Sampras, Playing Fake Rappers Like a Canvas, U.S. Open, Advantage Jigger, like, just so many like lines that were just great. This is 1996, all-time classic album. Blueprint 3, another divisive album in the Jay-Z catalog. I loved it. No surprise here. Jay-Z had just turned 40 years old, so this was a big part of, like, if you want the old Hov, buy the old albums. And I think that was a strong message to send at that time, because he was coming off of, American Gangster. He was coming off of Kingdom Come. Mixed results, to say the least. I think that the Blueprint 3 was actually the prequel to Watch the Throne, production-wise, and also branched off the 808s and Heartbreak with Kanye, went into Jay-Z, and they did a lot of great work on this album. This is a very expensive sounding album. I want to say Kanye's on production, Timbaland's on production, Just Blaze, I think, got a beat on here, if I'm not mistaken. No, I don't think he did. But there's, like, so many, like, when people talk about older Jay-Z, I think this is the peak of older Jay-Z. Thank You was a great song. Put 8 balls in corner pockets while using pool sticks. Tons of great lines. Venus versus Mars, great conceptual song. I remember when all the stuff started leaking, it was like the Timbaland songs, and, like, sometimes when songs leak, it's like, okay, I don't think this sounds quite right. So, like, we started getting the fuller mixes, we started getting everything and how they fit into the album. It was like, oh, all the, like, worst songs kind of got released instead of all the great ones. So he held back plenty of great songs like Run This Town, and just a lot of great songs on there. I'm gonna go, I'm tempted to give this one an S. Yeah, fuck it. It's my list. Why not? We're going classic with Blueprint 3. How about it? Up next, the Black Album, Jay-Z's last album. Early Jay-Z. I think if you want to draw a line in Jay-Z's catalog, it would be after the Black Album. He was a completely different rapper after this, because he wasn't so much Jay-Z the rapper, he was Jay-Z the corporation after that. And I think that with this being his quote-unquote last album, there's a great documentary that goes along with this called Fade to Black. Takes you through him recording this and doing a concert simultaneously at Madison Square Garden at a time where they were not allowing rappers to rap in Madison Square Garden. This was such... I remember it like it was yesterday. I was so hyped as a Jay-Z fan at the prospect of his last album, because I knew how good it was going to be. It was going head-to-head at the time with G-Unit's Beg for Mercy. So, and I did not have money for both. So I was like, all right, I'm going to bootleg the Beg for Mercy album. Got that a week ahead of time. I was like, I'm going to save up and spend my money for the Jay-Z album, and I'm going to get it from the store. I don't want to hear it. I remember I was at playing basketball at the gym at a certain time. There were people that had to bootleg Jay-Z Black album, they were like, yo, we not even letting anybody listen to this. They wasn't even trying to share the headphones, so I didn't have a choice. When I popped that in and heard just that December 4th production, Encore, Change Clothes and Go, 99 Problems, the first time I heard that, like, it was just an elite piece of music that I was like, this guy's fucking incredible. Why is he retiring? I was just baffled. I was like, who's this good at something and quits? But he didn't end up quitting. So if you didn't know, classic. So I'm on to 4 classic albums for Jay-Z right here. Jay-Z, the Dynasty album. Now, this is more like a Rockefeller collaboration album. Lots of Beanie Siegel on here. Memphis Bleak, Introduction to Freeway. Top tier production all over this. Not the most deep content on this. A lot of hustler music and, flossing. And there's some, deeper songs towards the end of the album and all that. I think this is a really good album. If you're a Rockefeller hardcore, you can probably get around to putting this in the A tier. I will go with this one being a B. Just because of the style of content I thought was limited there. But there's tons of like classic production all over this album. Actually, you know what? I'm going to flip these. I'm going to drop Hard Knock Life down to a B. And I'm going to drop the Dynasty up to an A because I'm a hardcore Rockefeller fan. So, Blueprint 2. I have a love for this album that I don't think the world does. People, will try to justify this and say, yeah, this is why they dropped the Blueprint 2.1. I was like, well, he did have some more songs he wanted to put on there. I think he put the La 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 song on there. And why not sell more? So, I think this showed so much versatility and ambition on this project. I loved all 25 songs. I can't lie. This was a time where I was really coming into finding my inspiration and finding out what I would be as a rapper. And this album, along with like Life After Death, I would listen to as much of the great rappers as I could. Did a lot of studying of this album. So many great songs. This is Jay-Z reaching his peak. And then operating in, there's like a 3-album stretch with Blueprint, Blueprint 2, and Black Album. That's my favorite time of Jay-Z's career. I'm going to go with an A on this one as well. There's no way I can put it in the classic tier because it just doesn't measure up to Blueprint or Black Album or even Blueprint 3 for me. But Blueprint 2 will comfortably sit on the A chart right there. Best of Both Worlds. The first one, leagues better than the second one. Trackmasters handled just about all the production on there. A lot of girls and flossing type of music. Nothing really too deep. There's a couple like hustler tales in there, but a lot of this was like songs geared towards women, songs about partying with women, and just a lot. There's a lot. It kind of sounds crazy. I haven't listened to it in years. Of course, who wants to really like listen to R. Kelly? Not me. So I'm gonna drop this one down to a C. I thought it was a good album at the time. I just don't know how I would feel about listening to it in 2024. Volume 1, the unsung hero of the Jay-Z discography, gets dumped on because of Sunshine. I know what the girls like, some of the commercial type stuff. But you know what else is on that album? You Must Love Me. A Million. I'm About a Dollar. Or no, that's a different one. And like Lucky Me's on this album. Streets is Watching. You Belong to the City. This album should have been the one to take Jay-Z and shoot him to the moon. You would think with those very commercial sampled, songs, but it just didn't work out because people didn't want it from Jay-Z yet. But I think he's just about in his bag as he was. What else is on this? Who You With? He's just about in his bag lyrically as he was from Reasonable Doubt. I think if you look at Reasonable Doubt in Volume 1 as like, say if you had an album, you flip it over and be like, the other sides, it feels like the B-side to Reasonable Doubt, which is still pretty fucking great. I can't go S on it, but I definitely will go A. So we got Jay-Z's Volume 2. I believe. Oh, excuse me, Volume 3. With Big Pimpin', a lot of the this is the MTV Jay-Z for me. This is like where I saw Big Pimpin' on there, where I saw like Hey Papi, or like he was working with Rough Riders. He was trying different stuff, like putting Juvenile on songs, and to mixed results. I like this album, but a lot of people think this is like just a this. He was also like trying to put Rockefeller guys on there, but it wasn't quite, like the songs weren't quite catching yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this one a B. Actually, nope, I can't do that because I don't think it's better than Hard Knock Life. So I'm gonna go with a C on that. I really like the intro on that album, and you know, most of these albums have great intros on them. Jay-Z and Linkin Park, not a traditional album in a sense, a mashup, but I thought this was the coolest thing in the fucking world when it came out. Another DVD with the album. They mashed up a lot of stuff I hadn't heard. I had never listened to Linkin Park at that time, but they found a way to merge Jay-Z's audience with Linkin Park's, and it was for people like me who were hardcore Jay-Z fans, never heard of Linkin Park, but got to appreciate their music, and I checked a lot of their stuff out too. So this is a brilliant move from, you know, Mike Shinoda, Jay, you know, rest in peace, Chester Bennington, I believe it was his name. I'm gonna put this one I'm gonna give this one an arbitrary rating. I'm gonna just put it on the B, because I thought it was such a forward-thinking concept. American Gangster. Now, this one I think was a album that it was like Jay-Z was trying to tap into something that he had lost, because I don't think the reception was what he wanted for Kingdom Come, and we'll get to why in a minute. But I thought this was creatively Jay-Z not going for the big hit singles, not going for trying to make the number one pop song. This is really a concept album, and there are a lot of dope songs on here, like I Know, American Dreamin', Rock Boys, Sweet. He ended up putting that song with Beanie Siegel on there that was around for years, the Ignorant Shit on there, the American Gangster. Production is incredible on this. A lot of it's handled by Diddy, unfortunately, with, you know, everything that he's got going on. But this was definitely like Jay-Z still can do this. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this one a B as well. And then there's Kingdom Come. You guys have been probably staring at the bottom of this screen, looking at every album but the red one disappear. And I'm sorry, man. I got to do it. I don't have anything in the F category here, but it has to go there. And I'll tell you why. After 3 years, the anticipation was out of this world. I loved Show Me What You Got. But you got to the album, and it felt like he was in the Wizards jersey. It was like, this isn't my Jay-Z from just 3 years ago. Like the Black Album Jay-Z, I thought this was, I remember when I heard the song Hollywood, I thought it was so bad. And then I remember you know, one of my mentors was like, you know, he literally says it ain't for everybody on the song, and it was not for me. I'm sorry, it just wasn't. It didn't hit. This was 2006. It's a weird time. Production was changing. Younger hip-hop fans were engaging with rap. Rise of Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne taking the Show Me What You Got instrumental, doing the Doze What I Got freestyle. I imagine Jay-Z was not pleased about that. Jay-Z did not have his footing yet on this, so I cannot reward him on this. But look at the rest of the work on here. So I think I'm allowed to rank one Jay-Z album down in the bottom, showing how much I love Jay-Z. We've got the S tier album right here with, you know, 4 of those: Blueprint, Reasonable Doubt, Blueprint 3, controversial, I know, but I'm gonna ride with it. You let me know. And then the Black Album. In our A tier, we got 444. We got Watch the Throne, The Dynasty, for the Rockefeller fans out there. Jay-Z, The Blueprint 2, and then Volume 1. B tier, we got Magna Carta Holy Grail, Hard Knock Life, Jay-Z and Linkin Park's collaboration album, and American Gangster. 3, we got Meet the Carters. We also got Best of Both Worlds, and then Volume 3. D, we've got Unfinished Business, and then the F tier, unfortunately, we've got Kingdom Come. I think Jay-Z's you know, arguably the greatest rapper of all time. I love so much of his music, and this is, you know, I'm interested to see what you guys think of his discography, because, you know, I think it's one of the better ones in the history of rap, and I think that more people could stand to learn from Jay-Z. So anyway, this is Rich. I'm up out of here, man. I hope you guys enjoyed a little something different on the channel. I'll holla at y'all. Peace.